welcome to the Skol v Grit Show, where we cover all things Vikings and Lions. I'm your co-host, Hans, and I'm joined, as always, by the lovely Mr. Joe Ryan.
But wait, there's more.
Please also welcome a very special guest, our Buccaneers correspondent, a man who puts the odd in podcasting, a guy who knows his way around a pitch, a dude who, with intimate knowledge of the fact that if he bleeds, he can kill it, Mr. Cliff. How you doing, fellas?
Doing great. I didn't know they were going to be cutting promos for me. Thanks.
Yeah, I stumbled, and I'm not happy about that. But we do it live. We Bill O'Reilly that shit here. So one take, no two takes. But yeah, we got you on. Thank you for joining us because the Buccaneers play the Detroit Lions of football this week. So what better time to have that happen?
Yeah, and true Buccaneers fashion, I will do nothing this entire podcast until the last 4 minutes, and I'll just say all the really funny lines and steal
the Baker
show,
way.
because that's apparently what we are now. We've reversed.
That's what Baker does.
Yeah, we've reversed the course of our history. We were famous for snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, but this year, I think what they're doing is playing a long game. Psychologically, they're like, just losing all the time isn't enough. Now we've got to really make them think that we can win. Finally break them of that mentality, and then we'll crush their spirit. That's my belief.
That's you're speaking my language. That is a Vikings fan. Like every 10 years, we're the best team in the league and find some insane way to lose in like the NFC Championship game. It's beautiful.
Are you guys really going to leave me out of this pity party? I'm a Lions fan.
Oh God, that's right.
You up until recently, you didn't even have that. You didn't have the rug pulled. There was no rug.
Got a rug now.
Yeah. The competition for my time growing up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, at least into the early 90s, was, the hot debate wasn't, is it Brady or Manning? It's which is truly the worst team in the entire NFL history, is it the Bucs or the Lions? Because both, you could kind of make a really heated argument either way, but it always came down to the fact that Lions at least had Barry Sanders and someone would actually want to wear their jersey, whereas the Bucs, you know what I mean? You wore the jersey because you lost a bet. That was the only time you ever
Until Brad Johnson showed up and.
Yeah, that was the turning point. Was Brad Johnson and Trent Dilfer and our string of, Super Bowl winning quarterbacks that were, carried the team famously.
I have a soft spot for Brad Johnson. He was also a Vikings quarterback, and I enjoyed his time there. So yeah, we'll get into that game. We'll recap the other games, but first, let's hit some news around the league. News. Okay. Biggest thing out there, Titans fire Brian Callahan. Sure, yeah, but also, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you fire him before you get the rookie quarterback in, right? Like, what are you doing?
Does it help when your rookie quarterback in a press conference says, I'm going to keep it a buck. Right now, we asked.
Yeah, which I respect.
Great one.
I don't know how good Cam Ward is. I waver on it, but I think he has the right mentality. And I mean, he's set up to fail. Like, how do you expect a rookie quarterback to come in with that type of like turnover and turmoil in your coaching staff and the people that are supposed to be guiding you into success? And it's just it doesn't exist.
It's the nature of the beast, is it not? I mean, ask me about Jonathan Matthew Stafford coming in, the number one pick. Ask about Cliff, about Jameis. Like, man, you come in, you don't get drafted number one because you're going to a contender.
Well, yeah, I mean, Baker being like he's a perfect example of that, right? The Browns did everything they could to make sure he wasn't a successful quarterback, and then he got to Tampa, and I guess he can play a little bit. He might be good at this game we call football.
Yeah, the blueprint, as much as it sucks, this is to make a good quarterback, by the way, not a good human, was the Aaron Rodgers years, right? Where that was another one where there's a debate, like, did they leave him too long behind Brett Favre? Did he cook for too long? But, it worked out just right.
I mean, the Chiefs did that with Mahomes. He sat for a year behind, what's his fucking name?
Alex Young.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, he actually thinks Sandy Hook happened. So
Fair.
But there also have been plenty of quarterbacks who come in right away and just, went nuts. Andrew
Right.
Luck,
Well,
et cetera. Even though Andrew Luck is his own story.
yeah, I mean, I'm
Peyton
dealing
Manning.
with that currently with JJ McCarthy, where everyone thinks after 2 games we can write the book on him. Like, no, you can't. Like, what are you talking about? That's not how this works. I mean, our head coach Kevin O'Connell has a great quote that quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks don't fail organizations. Organizations fail quarterbacks.
Whoa, print the bumper stickers.
Yeah,
Just goes all the way around the bumper stick. Very
yeah. I mean, he was
You need
a
a big
quarterback in the
SUV.
NFL, then he didn't get the things he needed. Like whether he had the talent or not, that's he probably didn't. But like he saw it firsthand of like how your organizational structure can fail a rookie quarterback. You throw him in there too early. You don't let him learn. You don't figure it out. Like it's really easy to do.
Well, I go back and forth on it. I mean, Peyton Manning said on the Manning cast earlier this year, he's like, I never sat the bench and at the end of the game thought, man, I learned a lot. And so, but he famously had a really rough rookie season, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, he had more interceptions than touchdowns his first year.
The record.
And his last year too, right?
Oh no.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, you don't learn on game day. It's the reps during practice all year. That's where you learn. Like,
Right.
that's where you get better. You figure out, like, maybe you have this to clean up or that to clean up with fundamentals or this, whatever.
Yeah.
Or just fucking learning a complex offense. It's my current line of work. It's really fucking complicated. Diagnosing coverages and understanding that, and I'm doing it from just sitting in this chair with no pressure at all and no time limit. I don't have 2.5 seconds to figure it out. I have as many seconds as I need, minutes maybe.
Right. But even reps, of course, all we're really talking about is kind of giving them the best chance possible to sort of reach whatever their potential is, right? Because thinking about it the other way, you get a quarterback like Tim Tebow, who I feel like they did everything they could to give him as much possible exposure in all sorts of different scenarios, gave him every chance to succeed. And I people kind of can go back and forth. I'm normally in Florida. I'm reporting live from Las Vegas, speaking of organizations that fail players, right here in the heart of it.
Damn.
Hey, suck it, Vegas. It's not really them. It's just the ownership.
Like
Nobody likes them. But Tebow, they just gave him every possible opportunity. I mean, no one could say that he didn't get a chance to succeed. They're putting him in playoff games, and it just seemed that he just kind of reached whatever his potential was.
Yeah, he just didn't have the talent to do it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe apply that logic to people who do have said talent. See what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, regarding Tebow, I'm silly like this. I like my quarterbacks to be able to throw a forward pass, but I'm old school.
Well, if you're old school enough, you would not be throwing.
So yeah, the Callahan firing, like that's the big news. I mean, what a dumpster fire of an organization. They never should have let Vrabel go.
How's he doing, by the way?
Yeah, he's doing all right. Seems like.
You talked to him recently?
Yeah.
Good. Let him know. Good to know.
He's over there actually. No,
Very good.
but yeah, he's a good football coach. He knows what he's doing. Maybe don't pull the plug on that. But also, if you're committed to Callahan, you don't fucking pull the plug mid-season. That's just you do it before, or I don't know. Fuck, do I know? I'm not a billionaire. I don't own a team.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, being a billionaire does not. I'm in Vegas. That does not mean that you're going to make the right decisions. You didn't become a billionaire because you were good at understanding when to pull quarterbacks. You did it by being understand which womb to be born in. So.
Yeah, like I'm never a fan of billionaires, but I am a big fan of my ownership because they hire people. They know they don't know football. They don't. They want to win, but they don't fucking know. That's not how they made their money. They don't get it, so they hire smart people who do know.
Cliff, look out the window behind you. Billionaires know a little something about something.
Not football. Not football.
Touche.
No one's made $1 billion from their knowledge from football.
Jerry Jones.
No. No.
I watched the whole doc. He's not got Wildcat oil money, dude. He's got Dallas Cowboy money. It's the brand on earth. That and like Real Madrid and some shit I don't care about.
I mean, Cliff's got some experience with.
Speaking of, that's the tie-in. Is the Glazers owning Manchester United, right? And that was the idea that they were going to come in and be like, oh, we don't really know soccer/football that well, so we're going to put in the smart people to do. But then that didn't really happen because they didn't hire the smart people, or there's a million reasons why. We can talk about a subject we know nothing about if you like.
Yeah. Well, that's what we do here.
Okay, good, perfect.
Next, brain surgery.
Yep. But before that, what other news? Brian Branch suspended for one game for. Well, Joe, why don't you walk us through what Brian Branch did?
For doing what we've all wanted to do and slapping Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, I get it. No, I want to stick up for my boy, but it's hard to do. He's a habitual line stepper, and it was a very frustrating game, as we'll get into in the recap. But there's just I get why he did it. Like, you remember the old Chris Rock joke where he's talking about the waiter that was dating his wife, driving his Ferrari, living in his house, banging his wife, and he's like, "I'm not saying he should have done it. I'm just saying I understand." So you get a one gamer. I was honestly hoping for a big old fine. That would have been better. But I mean, Branch is a hothead. It's a double-edged sword, as Hans is fond of saying. Because honestly, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. He plays with passion, and a lot of times it spills over.
Like, everyone's clutching their pearls about it. I don't know. I'm surprised this shit doesn't happen more often, honestly.
Yeah, it used to. They've definitely taken so many steps. You rarely see that sort of thing anymore. Those sort of altercations also are just, also with the helmet rules and everything else, it's impossible for fights to break out for those sort of things to happen. It's just so overly protected against that it's almost like exciting when it happens. This is not hockey, It's like, oh.
Yeah, because that was his one chance to be able to actually fight.
Yeah.
Was after he found it. Like, I almost respect him for being like, I identified the moment where I could do this.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't cost my team because it's over.
The simple fact of the matter is, if you watch that game, Mahomes ran one in the end zone and then did a little shoulder brush like Jay-Z right in his face, and you could tell he was furious about it. And Mahomes gave him the protected class, my friend. What are you going to do about it? And you can see he was just seething. Traditionally, I'd say if you guys get in a fight after the game and you lose, much like Ohio State against my Wolverines, like, bitch, move. You had, 4 quarters to fight. You want to get rowdy, get rowdy. So I'm going to be consistent, not a hypocrite, even though it's my boy, and be like, all right, look, bitch, move. You need to control yourself. And by the way, we couldn't use him against Tampa. Like, you're a pro, dude. Use your head. Yeah. Not Juju's head.
Yeah.
I just wish he had
suspension. You understand the reason, but it's not an excuse. There's a big difference between the two things.
Well
It
said,
doesn't
Clint.
bother me as much as most people. Like, yeah, it's dumb, but I don't know.
But at the end of the
I'm a
day,
very
this is
line
entertainment, and it was entertaining.
I have just a line of like Tyreek Hill, Frank Clark, like Ray Rice. Like,
Whoa.
Ray Rice stepped it up a little in that last one.
yeah. No, they all did the same thing. They just wasn't captured on camera.
Oh, wait, you're calling Juju a bitch?
He might be. I don't know. But at least it was another man he put his hands on.
It's going to be real awkward when you're guessing.
That doesn't really bother me. Like, yeah, you're dumb. You shouldn't have done that. But that's not something you can't come back from. For me.
Agreed. And, Dan was furious about it as well. He should be. He's going to be disciplined, and he'll come back. He'll be focused. Like,
I wish it would have been 2 games, is all I'm saying.
I'll bet you do, Panama Red. All right.
Yes. You got anything else on news?
Last bit of news I've got going is, are you familiar with the Icy Hot Bowl that's taking place?
I am not, but please tell me.
It's Rodgers versus Flacco.
Oh.
And by the way, I didn't coin the term Icy Hot Bowl. You know who did? Cam Hayward on the Steelers. Set it into a hot mic when, and I looked it up. So Rodgers is 41, Flacco's at 40, and it's the biggest or oldest people going against each other since Brady and Breeze, when Brady was 43 and Breeze was 42.
It's going to be
So,
the first one where the live broadcast has the NFL Films guy doing it.
brought to you by AARP.
Crazy. Good for them.
I
I'm
honestly
40 now, and like, I hurt myself sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, I throw my back out every 6 months sleeping. So I can't imagine going out there and having a car accident every single play.
Yeah, I have a hard time talking shit on guys that are somehow younger than me. So
Yeah. So is that news?
that's news.
All right, should we go game recaps? Let's recap our games for this week.
No, we had a problem. I mean, we tried to do everything we could.
What do you mean?
Well, you know what I mean. He's gone. And we couldn't do nothing about it.
The post-mortem of Week 6. I had no Week 6 game. I was on the bye. Thank God. But both of you did. You had games this week. Let's start with our guest in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, this one was a funny one. So this one was trying to remember from my personal experience. This one was a little different, right? As I mentioned, I'm in Vegas right now. This is the time of year when I'm traveling. Was at the Monday Night Football game, Chargers Raiders, 2 weeks ago here in Vegas, 3 weeks ago. But I'm often traveling, right, when these games are supposed to be happening. So it's been, kind of like catching like second halves of games and things like that. And this one was kind of funny because the group chat that was going on was like, I was kind of alluding to the fact we've had a lot of come from behind victories or ones that were kept close until the end. So a lot of the group chat was, because I hadn't come on yet, they were like, oh no, we're up by 14. We need to give them the ball back. We can't win unless we're coming from behind. But it was a rare occasion. We came in, I believe, and I'm checking it right now in terms of box score, but I believe this is the first time we've led all 4 quarters, which is pretty wild, right? So at least as far as obviously with games we won, but yeah, pretty kind of crazy sort of thing to consider that we're 5-1 and there's never been one where we've led from start to finish.
Yeah, and you finally have that. I mean, I do a big money pick'em league, and the last 3 weeks I took Tampa, and man, it's so much fucking fun to root for Baker Mayfield. I didn't this week, and I went 0-2. I probably should have, but it's just so much goddamn fun to watch him play football.
He is like, we were kind of talking about that whole thing with rookie quarterbacks. One of the reasons why you kind of slow down with rookie quarterbacks is because they have a tendency to try and make the play and not think really long term. For a franchise, that's death, right? This game doesn't matter as much as, just to get a pure monetary thing, is selling jerseys and tickets for the next 10 years, right? But he still plays, so that's one reason you kind of slow him down. But he still plays like that. Like, he just throws himself into. We'll be 3rd and 18. I remember one from just last week where it's 3rd and 18. He scrambles out. Cool. I was like, good. He got back to line of scrimmage. We'll at least have a good punting position. And then he decides to put a spin move on and then lower his shoulder to get 6 more yards to make it 3rd and 12, which I was like, great. But what was the ultimate point of that? But then that being said, in this game, the big highlight that if you saw any of the highlights, red zone sort of stuff, it was his crazy scramble for the touchdown, right?
I still don't know what I saw with that.
Incredible.
Nuts. It was so stupid. Yeah, it was 3rd and a million, and he just
and like I said, so it's like you're sitting there like, no, you idiot, but then he does something like that, and you're like, oh, and then it's that same idea. You're scolding him for the same thing you're praising him for, which is like a boneheaded, bulldog sort of tenacity of I will refuse to go down onto the ground. It's like, dude, it's okay. You're a grown man. Just fucking go down to the ground.
I mean, Baker's got that dog in him. A few weeks ago, it looked like he was hurt, and then someone started talking shit to him, and he stops limping, and he's all in their face immediately, and he's just fine. It's like a dog when they get hurt, you know. They limp
no,
like the worst thing ever, and then 10 seconds later,
My
they're
dog, I have two dogs, and one of them's a half Chihuahua, half Pug, and it's got that sort of Chihuahua aggressiveness with the Pug sort of, brainlessness. And she'll jump and hit the edge of the couch, and then she'll land on the ground and sort of limp, and I'm like, oh no, and then she'll just jump again and fall again, and then jump the third time. That's like Baker all day. I'm like,
Your dog is Baker Mayfield.
I feel so vindicated. In that draft, I thought Baker was going to be a star, and I thought Josh Allen was going to be terrible. So at least I was half right.
I don't know. I say as a Bucs fan, I still say the jury's out because it's the classic. He could win or lose the game for you. I think I told
Counting
you.
on it next Sunday or Monday.
Yeah, I think I said that, Hans or Josh or whatever you're going by nowadays. To escape from the law, I understand. That I called him the reverse Brad Johnson because Brad Johnson and Trent Dilfer and all those guys, famously, their job is just don't lose the game from you, right? Just hand the ball off.
Yeah,
and if someone's wide open, throw them a nice soft pass and then just roll down on the ground and fall asleep, right? He's the opposite of that, right? He's like, who knows what's going to happen every time he gets the ball, you know? There's stuff in Vegas that gives you better odds here than Baker Mayfield. Anything could happen.
He's exciting, and like as a fan, that's who I want on my team. Like, he's a dog. He'll figure out a way. Like, he's gonna do some dumb shit along the way, but when crunch time comes, he's the guy I want in my foxhole.
Yeah, well, Joe gets it as a Lions fan, but it's not something I'm really prepared with. Especially as a Bucs fan, we tend to value defense because that's something that we've had and we know works, and they don't completely lose these games because I was live at the game with what's his name, the DC quarterback. Who ended up coming back from like 37 points. We were live at that game. He played forever. I'm blanking on it. But anyway, he made this huge comeback, and a bunch of the, at that time they're so-called the Redskins, a bunch of the Redskins fans were leaving, and the guys that were sitting behind us were in all our Bucs gear, claps and show. He's like, good game, guys. I was like, oh, you too, nice victory. And they're like, what are you guys talking about? We're like, oh, we're Bucs. You guys have already won this thing. And now we were joking because at that time it would have required the biggest comeback in NFL history, which it was. But still, those guys sat down and they just looked at us, and I was like, thought they were going to cry. They're like, God, I don't even know what it'd like to be a fan like that. So it's burned in my brain. So I would never buy like a Mayfield jersey because I'm like, tomorrow, for all I know, he's going to like throw the ball and like knock down, nearby airplane and kill the whole team or something. I don't know. He'll do something to kill the ball.
Also, you're an adult man. Like, we shouldn't be wearing jerseys outside of our... It just shouldn't. Like, if that's what you want to do and makes you happy,
yeah,
absolutely.
Unless they're extra small and you just want to dance, we get nuts.
But I wear them at home because that shit's comfortable.
I have a strict no jersey policy because I'm not going to wear another dude's name on my back. But I will tell you, Hutch coming from Michigan to be the star that he is at the Lions, really testing my theory, really testing the boundaries.
Well, you can wear it in your own home.
Are you kidding?
That's all you have on. You're just comfortable.
Josh, the people at the Walmarts need to know I got a Hutch jersey.
It is kind of funny. I was mentioning I was at the Raiders Charge game. I know we're off subject here a little bit, but there was I like seeing the jerseys. Right, we go to a game. We'll get into it a little bit later when we get to the Lions stuff this week's game. But we go to a lot of away games for Bucs as Bucs fans, and I always like seeing the jerseys. Right, like okay, this kind of tells you a little bit about the mentality of the fans, the types of jerseys. Some will only have old school jerseys from the 70s, 80s. Like they must be like they're into the old school, or they'll just have white players. Like oh, I see what's going on here. But the Raiders fans, I think, led the league that I've ever seen in just like players who've never played for them or fictional characters. Or like one guy, my favorite, said executive order, and it was 66, which is like a Star Wars reference. And I was like, and and they love to dress up, and I was just like, what? I was like, I think there's 3 people that I see that are actually human NFL players that are written on their jerseys, and those ones I think I would go for. You know, someone handed me a jersey, you know, and it was just like, you know, Vader or some madness.
So you're saying Raiders fans are basically patrons of Comic-Con?
I think Raiders fans, by necessity, have to like fictional
Well, yeah.
players and teams because their
of
own one
course.
is a disaster.
Right. Because it's been a joke for so long.
I have to
Look.
check people saying that around here. They'll probably come in through the window. But
As someone that lived in Vegas forever, there's a lot of Raiders fans in Vegas, but the whole theme of Vegas is extremely transient. So, like, if you go to a Raiders game in Vegas right now, be like, here's my St. Louis Rams jersey. Here's my Patriots jersey. Like, because no one's from there. So you're going to see a lot of stuff. I was not privy to all the Star Wars shit, but that's a new level.
absolutely.
Yeah, you just didn't realize it was there.
So that was my recap of that game. 25 minutes to talk about something completely unrelated. Thanks for having me on.
That's what we do here.
Killed it. Cliff, I assure you, mine's going to be much more brief.
Yeah. Give us your recap. That was a fun game, wasn't it?
You guys like a good funeral, don't you? All right. Just looking at my notes that I took during the game. Mahomes doing Mahomes shit. Basically, the story of this game is that Mahomes threw for 3, ran for 1. We have no secondary, which is going to be interesting. It's going to come up later. But a couple ill time, like you start off, they come down, score. We come down, score on what is a brilliant, you might call it a Brad Johnson play, even though he's in Chicago. I like to think he telephoned that one in. Amazing pass to Goff. Goff catches it against all odds, tried to give it away. Catches the touchdown. No problem. Touchdown. Put it on the board. Arms up. Everything's good. And then they review a replay that's not reviewable, which is fun. From New York, they say it on the broadcast. And they go, well, obviously, they can't review it. They can have a conference. And all my Lions fans together go, what the fuck does that mean? And then someone goes, you know what that means. We're the Lions. And we're looking and they go, but they said it's not reviewable. But no, they can have a conference. All right, fuck off. Take 7 off the board. Of course, against the Chiefs at home. We're Detroit. Who gives a fuck, right? Fuck me. All right. So, yeah, it set the tone. And that's not, like, I'm not going to blame the refs, even though, interestingly enough, we had 4 penalties, not bad, but they were crucial. Hutch had an inexcusable roughing the passer, where it was just frustration. Like, you could see it, and he knows better. Mahomes definitely knew better with his acting. Get him the Academy Award, and everyone knew, like, yeah, dude, you fucked up. But that negated, like, a 3rd and 15, like, you know, that play, or the drive was over. They go down and score on that. So I'm not going to complain about that. What I will complain, maybe not even complain, just mention, because complaining about the refs is loser talk. You know, the last time they had 0 penalties is the first time in 70 fucking years. Yeah. One team has done it since then. And you see the clips of Mahomes chatting the refs before, during, and after the game. And as a Lions fan, I'll bet you might want to just climb a tower with a high-powered rifle. But I'm not going to. So
I mean, 0 penalties is fucking insane.
That's because it hasn't been done.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's not. Yeah.
It's not just 0 penalties. It's insane penalties on the other side. Hutch absolutely roughed him and fucked that up. I hand up. Hey, man, bad is bad. He did it. I acknowledge it. That would have got us off the field. But to take the points off the board, right? Well, Goff was in motion, but he didn't pause at the right time. I go, how come he called a touchdown then? Huh? No, we're good. But, hey, whatever. That's what it's like being a Lions fan.
I don't think that's a reviewable penalty. Like, I was...
Yeah, they said it on the broadcast. It's not.
Yeah, I had it on mute on TV too, and I was like, why are points gone?
They were conferencing, not reviewing. Conferencing.
But that...
It's, you know, a lesser, less mature man would have flew into a violent rage. Not I. I said, let's play on.
For those of you that are only listening and not watching the video, Joe's been drinking gasoline this entire time. Every time you hear him taking a sip. Also, I think we've mentioned Brad Johnson enough that we get our sponsorship money from the Brad Johnson Foundation. I want to thank them for sponsoring us.
BJ, shout out.
Yeah, first time he's ever been mentioned 5 times in an hour, even on national TV. So that's pretty impressive.
He's finally getting his flowers.
I like to help out, Brad.
Some money.
Yeah, I mean, it reminded me a lot of the Bills game last year where we're kind of always playing catch up. We closed it to 3 in the fourth, and then just we had some silly penalties. And I mean, got to be honest, if you're going to lose to someone like Mahomes, it's Mahomes. Like, he played a masterful game. I'm not going to cry about it, and we're on to Tampa.
That's fair.
Should we move
Fair,
on
yeah.
to that? Should we talk about that, Hans, or do you want to recap some of the other big games?
I mean, I'd love to recap my own game, but there was not one, so
Oh, yeah, you
that's
just
not
mentioned
what
that.
happened. I would like to. We had our famous segment of talk you off the ledge after a loss. It's either throw me an anchor when you're riding a little too high, or talk me off the ledge. And well, I think it's ledge time, right?
Talk me off the ledge.
Goodbye forever, my dream.
I mean, Droopy Dog says it best, right? So I'm going to talk you off the ledge here. I'm going to say something nice. Sure, you got worked by the Chiefs in prime time, and Brian Branch embarrassed a franchise that is all embarrassment.
Holy
But-
fuck, when's the encouragement?
But it was on the road, and it's still the Chiefs.
You didn't even try. That is less effort.
Yeah, that was mean.
You're just going to let me sit here and suffer.
I don't know what I could say. I mean, yeah, the 0 penalties, like, okay.
Well, the memes are enjoyable of Mahomes hugging the refs, and then the one, like, it looks like the couple at the Coldplay concert where the girl raps in front of him. Oh no, we got caught. Oh no. But other than that, where the Lions are famous for knowing, like, oh yeah, the NFL will issue an apology Monday. Don't worry about it. Hang the apology. It's just as good as a win.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. Where less impactful, but a few weeks ago in was it London?
Germany.
Missed a field goal because it hit the wire. It didn't factor into the game. The NFL admitted it that it did. I'm still not sure it actually did. That doesn't matter. They admitted that it did, but they weren't taking the miss off of his.
Yeah.
statistic.
Oh,
Not to bring everything into Buck stuff, but literally we had a rule named after us after after the Eagles NFC Championship in 2002 or 3 or so, the Bert Emanuel rule that said that if you're using the ground, even though your arms are underneath you, because they said no catch because they did not want the Bucks going to the Super Bowl. They're like, oh, the Eagles go. But then they were like, okay, we admit that it was the wrong rule and we interpret it wrong and we're changing the rules, but we're not giving you that back.
Yeah, that's
like-
the most hollow of victories.
yeah. Like up north, we call that a Calvin Johnson rule. You all know that one, right?
That's the greatest of them all. It
I
really
actually
is.
don't know it. Explain this one.
So Calvin Johnson in a season opener is playing the Chicago Bears. Close game. Time running down. He runs a little, I guess it'd almost be a button hook in the end zone. Catches it. Falls out of the end zone. Got it. And he takes the ball in one of his giant hands. Pushes it on the ground to push himself up off the ground with the ball in his hand. Gets up and they go, it's not a touchdown. And basically, a younger Joe lost his fucking mind. But
Was I with you in Vegas? I was in Vegas.
well, you might have been. Like, if you remember, we were at a horseshoe bar, and as soon as he caught it, I ran around high-fiving strangers, made it all the way back to the other side of the bar, and my buddy Drew looks at me and goes, hey, you might want to chill for a minute. I was like, what do you mean chill? We're 1-0, baby! And we watched the replay, and yeah, I did proceed to lose my mind.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was a drunken rage. I prefer to think of it as Jesus in the temple flipping over the tables.
Yeah.
For
I was going to say,
I would-
if you're coming here and you want to see where that happened, you can't anymore because it's just rubble now. I think they're building the athletic stadium there. And what was
Cliff, I did most of that.
There was just a Joe-shaped wall right through Joe-shaped hole right in the wall. Just
Fucking
right
Kool-Aid
there.
Man.
Oh, Wiley Joyote. Oh,
All right, let's move this thing along, baby.
All right, let's do some previews.
We're on to Cincinnati. It's nothing about the past, nothing about the future. It's right now we're preparing for Cincinnati.
Okay, do you feel like the talent you have here is good enough?
We're getting ready for Cincinnati.
So that's it. Next week previews. That's why we're really here, right? Lions, Bucks. Give us the preview.
Yeah, I'm
Cliff, as the guest, I say go for it.
okay. Yeah, I'm not going to cut a promo on this one because, like I said, as a Bucks fan, well, it'll be interesting because normally we both be like, "Fuck your team," but I think we're both like, "Yeah, we're going to lose." No, you're going to lose. We're going to lose. But so
About right.
I'll do a little shout out to my boys. So about, God, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago, a bunch of my friends from high school, we'd all moved, all over, right? L.A. and Boston and DC, Florida, and stuff. But we decided we wanted to get together once a year, so we decided we'd go to a Bucks away game. I think we've gone to DC away, we've gone to LA, Houston, Chicago. We haven't gone. We did go to a Bucks game, Atlanta. So my friends Dillop and Scott and Luke and Arvin, we go and we always try to make a big weekend out of it and do a bunch of betting. But it's cool. You get to see away games, and just see a new city and do all that sort of stuff. So we were like, okay, we've been to all these cool exotic cities. What are we missing? What else is there left after you've seen L.A. and New York and stuff? We're like, well, you got Paris and you got Detroit. Those are the two of the most beautiful cities. We've got to go. We got to make sure it happens. It is a Monday Night Football game, and I don't know whether it's just tickets have gotten more. I mean, like I said, we do this every year, but this is by far, this is just a little insider information for your listeners, something you probably wouldn't realize. These are the most expensive tickets I've ever paid for. It's insane. Like SRO is stadium room only tickets were $280. Our tickets were $320 just to be able to sit okay seats. Like for instance, we went to a Thursday night game, which is another sort of specialized night game. It's not as big as Monday Night Football. We did that in Buffalo a few years ago. I think those were $70 each, right? So this is crazy, but we're really stoked. I'm leaving straight from Vegas to go there, to go to that Monday night game. Knowing that I was going to be on, I asked the boys, who definitely get more hype, for their sort of preview. So if I could, I'll go through. I did get a lot of Baker jokes, right? That he's going to run over your DBs in the parking lot if he can't do it on the field.
Which he might.
Yeah. But my friend said, our defense is a lot of bend, no break. Although we've been a little lucky on the turnovers. Everyone knows this. So obviously, we're extremely deep at wide receiver. Which is good because we're generally on our third string anyway. He said he wants to specifically call out Rashad White and not getting any fumbles. I think we didn't even have a turnover for a pretty long time. So it's a little trite to say, if we control the turnover war, we'll win the game. But I think, if we can, I honestly think it's going to be Baker. I think that he's become a bit of the identity of the team. And so, this is just close enough to Cleveland that he might start getting the shakes. So, we'll see how it goes. I am predicting that we lose by 32. So I consider that a good game as a Bucks fan. I also realized, we were talking about not owning jerseys. I don't own a Bucks jersey either. And I was like, wait, do I own no Bucks gear? I always go to these things and I always end up just getting a hat or, a T-shirt, and I just sort of lose it because I only do it when I wear the game. So I got a Bucks bow tie, but now I'm like, I look like one of those assholes that does college football and has to dress up because that's their entire personality is just looking like a cunt. So I'm like, oh, well, okay. I was like, that's what I do. But got the Bucks bow tie on in case, that they do invite us to a nice dinner.
Can I do a pull back the curtain when Cliff came on before the podcast started recording and he's got his shirt on and then he goes, and then in case I need to attend a formal event and put the bow tie on.
Yeah. And the Chargers polo, I'm ready. I'm a fancy boy,
Yeah, you're looking good. What can I say?
Yeah. Just big foam.
Hard to argue.
Formal as hell.
Also, you set the record for the first guest we've had in these things that said they were going to lose by 30.
Yeah.
Everyone's very gung ho about the game.
I think we'll be able to keep it close. I've got confidence in the boys. They're playing well. They'll be able to hold it between. They'll keep you within 4 scores.
Cliff, I know we're new friends, but a word of advice: don't wear the bow tie to the game, please.
I was going to wear just the bow tie, so that's a total switch. Okay.
Yeah. That's what she should do.
That's a switch. That's a flex. If you go just bow tie, I grew up in Detroit.
Avoid me getting beat up because no one will want to touch me.
Oh, 100%. No one wants to fight naked.
That's right. In the afterwards in the green room, I do need to ask you about some advice on stuff to check out and where to eat and that sort of thing. So that's one of the things we always like to do is try and keep it like local. So for instance, when we were in Atlanta, we went to a firing range and we did like go-karts because we're like, yeah, it's drive around in the South and shooting. That's what Atlanta is about.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think you're gonna have similar ideas for Vegas.
Well,
Vegas.
we've all entered the hip hop underground, freestyle competition, so that'll be good for us. If you're just listening and you're not watching, I look like Denzel Washington, so that's.
Yeah, that is who you look like.
I know, I get that.
King Kong ain't got nothing on Cliff.
Man, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so tip your tongue.
So Joe,
rebuttal, or do you just agree completely?
Well, no. After you took my fucking Detroit clip and 8-miled me and went completely Eminem and said, "Here's all the bad things about me." Yeah, all right, cool. I'm Papa Doc choking up there on stage.
Didn't he?
No, man. Here's the thing: is Baker. I've been up and down with him. I loved him at Oklahoma just because. Once he planted the flag and once he got drunk and couldn't run away from the cops and ran into the wall, I was like, all right, I love this guy.
Yeah. It's like, that's us. I get it. I get you. I see where you're at. Respect.
Right. But, like, imagine me in a superstar athlete body and still fucking, again, Wile E. Coyote to the wall. Just like, try and catch me, copper. Fuck.
Man of the people is what I'd say.
I loved him. And then he came out, #1 draft pick. I thought that was wrong. I know Hans is taking credit for it, but I was like, dude, you don't have someone that's the size of my nephew going #1. But
I found the exception that proves the rule. Like, he should not have been good. There's no reason Josh Allen should be good. You don't get more accurate in the pros than you were in high school or in college or both.
You know what else you don't get? Taller.
Oh, Russell Wilson.
I mean, he's all right. I liked him, and then we did and he's on every fucking commercial every time I turn on TV, and the Browns keep losing. And I was like, cool, man. Hey, maybe is there something else you should focus on? Which I get is an old guy take, but am I wrong?
Right.
Well, you were, because he's good now.
Oh well, we'll see.
We'll see. Has he not done it?
Done what?
Be good.
I mean, he's still booty in terms of breaking short
for a couple of years now, right?
He's won a lot of.
Really debating whether he is a franchise quarterback that you can win with.
Oh, I think in the right situation, you can definitely win with them.
I mean, he's a top 10 quarterback, right? Like, I don't think that's
up for debate.
No, I don't think that's even up for debate. I think it just is.
You think Baker Mayfield's top 10?
Oh, I thought we were talking about Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's probably about. I mean, so you have to be top 10, top 12 to be a guy who makes a shit ton of money and you can still win with.
All right, are you saying top 10 amongst current quarterbacks right now? Like if we were just to right now, the teams put them all into a big pile and start redrafting them, he would go in the top
10 quarterback 10. Right now. He might be to the lower end of the 10. But
I think he has to get onto a certain team, but that also might be more reflective of the lack of great quarterbacks right now.
Well, yeah, what it comes down to for me is if you can get the big contract, and you can still win with them, because if you get the big contract, because it's a salary cap league, so you cannot put that money in other places.
Oh, that's my fault. I was thinking like top 10 with talent. You're talking top 10 financially. Got it.
Well, both. It's both.
He's two
No,
and a half
'cause
Brad Johnsons, or is he
on a
one?
rookie-
Is he 0.5 Brad Johnsons?
If he's
Now,
on a
put him
rookie
on the Brad Johnson
quarterback-
scale.
If he's on a rookie quarterback contract, he's a
He
top
ain't.
5. No, he's not. But he's also not on an exorbitant contract at this
Yeah,
point.
why
He's
is
on-
that?
He's in the weird middle ground of like him and Sam Darnold, where they make more money than any of us will ever see, but for a starting quarterback, it's not crazy.
Right.
Like I said, I like Bake. I have for
Purdy, like they gave him a shit ton of money. He is the very bottom of that list of you can pay them and still win.
well, as a first or former financial advisor, then I'll let you crunch the money numbers. I'm talking about who's good.
Well, it's both.
Hmm.
It's both, but you have to be a certain amount of
You're
good.
talking about value, I think, too, right? Which is
Well, it all-
Well said, Cliff.
thing. It's if you're good enough to take money away from other.
Perfect. Cliff, good enough.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. Like he's not fucking Peyton Manning. He's not Tom Brady, but you can win with him at the money you're paying.
Yeah, I mean, currently we are, but yeah, for all those great scrambles, he also just scares out of me. I really don't. I mean, obviously, I'm joking about the total loss, but I don't go into a game being like, I don't have to worry because he's there. I have to worry because he's there. Now, that means we may win. We certainly were not going to win. With the current team and Brad Johnson, we would not win. But with the current team and Baker Mayfield, we're clearly winning. We're 5-1, but there's some luck in there. And he's fun to watch. So again, it's that entertainment value.
Every Sunday, he gives you the opportunity to win.
Yep, there's no doubt about that.
Regardless of who's around him. I mean, look what he's doing with his receivers. They should have had like the best receiver room in the league. And I mean, he's throwing touchdowns to Tez Johnson. The fuck is that?
Cliff, heads up, that backflip was fucking electric. I loved it so much.
I mean, that's the thing though. Like, that's why the rookie quarterback contract is so valuable because you pay them.
He's
5
8 years in.
year instead of 50, because you pay like a reasonable, like decent quarterback that much money, but can you still win with them? And I think Baker falls into the other side of it of yes, you can.
Well, yeah, they're showing it.
Yeah, like Goff is that way. Goff is he's not a crazy athletic freak, but he does exactly what you need him to do, and you can pay him what he's worth and still win. There's quarterbacks you can't do that with.
If that was your point, and it was a long walk to get there, then I will agree with you.
Well, I'm right, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're paying your quarterback $5 million a year, they can be a top 15 quarterback.
Yeah. How much do you think Baker's getting this year?
Well, he's not making that much. He signed a very reasonable deal.
He's not getting 5 a year.
No, but
I can
like
look it up.
he's not making like what Purdy is.
Yeah. And I do want to give a shout out. I don't know this is betraying my soccer background, but Chase McLaughlin's been amazing this year. I can't believe I didn't mention him. The one player that I do fucking think rules. Our kicker has been just lights out. Even in the one loss we had, he set the franchise record with a 65-yard field goal and kept us in it. And he's actually special teams has been great for us this year, which is not something you normally hear about the Bucs. So that actually gives me a little more confidence going into this game because obviously Detroit's nice to kickers, right? You know what I mean? I mean that not the fans, but the stadium. So
Well, yeah, it's inside, it's on turf, so yeah.
He's referring to Tuck setting the record against us. And, yeah, he joined it in against all laws of physics, probability, and what should happen in a football game. He doinked it in. I watched it hit the bar.
That dude, it turns out. So fucking.
Keeping up with your line of like, oh, I get it. I guess for the preview, the way I look at it is, I mean, shit. We're second in points behind the Colts. You guys are 6 behind Seattle, which it's pretty much a wash. We're 9th on points defense. You're 14th. It's pretty close. What's really fun is you have no receivers. We have no secondary. Let's get it on.
Yeah. It's going to be old school, just maybe running the ball backwards.
Take the under, boys.
Did you see the Tez Johnson? He thought the MVP chance for Baker were for him.
I haven't done shit this year.
Incredible.
He said that. When I heard that quote, I had to look it up. I go, what do you do any other year?
So amazing. I love that. I love that type of detached from reality.
Pro athlete mentality.
Wait, that's for me, right? It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It was a great quote.
Saying Boo Earns.
Oh, for listeners from current era, you'll never know.
Like, wait, I thought I was saying MVP for Chase McLaughlin.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So
Boo Earns.
I mean, you can't discount the kicker. For whatever reason, the NFL has decided to make the kicking position more valuable. Like, I have a big problem with the whole moving the PAT back. Like, you're just making kickers more relevant. Like, why are we doing this? Like, what are we doing?
I have a hard time complaining. I have Master Bates on my team. He's amazing.
Oh, I have Will Reichard, who is like the most cold-blooded child you'll ever see. Look at Will Reichard. Look a picture of him. He looks like a fat-faced baby.
You made me do this last time. Would you trade kickers right now?
No.
I wouldn't
want
either.
No one other than Will Reichard. He kicked it at Alabama, and he played with Dallas Turner, who they took him in the first round a year ago. And when asked about what he thought about Will Reichard, he said, I trust him with my life.
Shout out. We got a Star Wars and a Star Trek reference in. That's pretty good. And let's not forget Dickert over here.
Dicker's, I mean, what a great name for a kicker.
All time nickname.
Dickert the kicker.
Yeah, it's not even a nickname. It's just his fucking name.
Yeah, Dicker is great. I also liked, we had the punter for the Eagles, Jeff Fiegels. That was amazing.
This is good.
There was a dude back in the day for Green Bay named Longwell. What do you do?
Of course,
Longwell.
Dick Butkus wins is the greatest name. Yeah, Dick Butkus and Dick Trickle are the two greatest names in any sport.
I tried to name our puppy Dick Butkus, and my wife annexed it, and nope.
No.
Yeah,
you don't get it.
Yeah.
She's a girl. It's ironic.
All right, that's the Bucks Lions preview.
You heard it here first. Lions by 30.
Some, live pictures from there and put them in the show notes.
Yeah, please do.
Bet along at home if you're listening.
So Vikings. We actually played a game this week. We didn't last week. We our opponent is Super Bowl champs, I guess. Philadelphia Eagles. So Eagles, they've lost their last two, being the Broncos and the Giants, which yikes. Saquon Barkley last year averaged 5.8 yards per carry. This year, 3.4. That seems to be a problem. They might not have the juice that they had before. I have a really hard time talking about this game because I have no fucking idea who our quarterback is going to be. I know who it should be, but I don't know who it's going to be. It's Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is fine. He has done exactly what your backup quarterback should do.
Can you see that note? It says JJ Wen.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I am a JJ believer. He is JJ of Nazareth. He is our purple Jesus. He is the one who will save us all. He's the franchise quarterback. I'm a little worried about how they're like he had a high ankle sprain. That's a legitimate injury. He came out today and said, "I'm not 100%. I could start right now, but I'm not 100%."
That's KOC in his ear.
Yeah, in KOC, like I said, he made the statement, and like quarterbacks don't fail, organizations fail quarterbacks. I do sort of worry that he is a little kid gloves, kind of thing, because he needs to be out there. He just has to. Like, we know what Carson Wentz is. Carson Wentz is fine. You can go 500 with Carson Wentz. You can't do anything more than that. So if you think J.J. McCarthy, which I do, I'm a very, I'd say vocal J.J. McCarthy fan. I think he is that guy. You need to let him play.
As a Lions guy, I say you play Wentz the whole season.
Yeah, and that's exactly why they should play JJ. Like, you're a Michigan guy. You know what he is. You know what he is.
He's a bad man.
Stone cold killer. Look what he did against the fucking Bears. Yeah, the Bears aren't great. He wasn't with the team he was supposed to be with, and he still came back and bitch slapped them.
And he was hurt.
Yep. Like, I don't know. I'm very frustrated by Vikings fans because they throw in the towel so fucking fast and like, let's do Carson Wentz. Like, what you wanted a franchise quarterback for years, for decades. You haven't had a franchise quarterback that you drafted and developed since Dante fucking Culpepper. Now you have one. Top 10 pick. That's your guy. And you're just out after 2 games. One of which he won. Also, turns out the Falcons defense, pretty good.
Looks like it last night.
Pretty good. They're in all of the different DVOA, every single defensive metric, they are close to the top. Apparently, they're good. And he also only played that game 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, he played on said high ankle sprain. So he probably shouldn't have been out there. Because he's a maniac, and when he tore out his meniscus in a preseason game, he kept playing in a preseason game because he's got that Baker in him. He's got that dog in him.
Oh, mama didn't raise no bitch.
No, he's going to go if you let him go. They shouldn't have let him keep going, but that's whatever. I mean, the talk from their head coach, KOC, is he needs to show fundamentals that he's done this and he's learned in this. That feels like, to me, like a lot of people have taken that as this is an excuse. This is like this, that, or whatever. What he's doing is they have a veteran roster. Yes, their quarterback is 22 years old. The rest of their team, pretty old. He has to say that. He has to say, I need our guy to clear these benchmarks, right? Which are easily cleared, and he will clear. But
cut to the chase. Is he going to start or not?
I don't know.
I need to know.
I was 1,000% on he would until today when they interviewed McCarthy, and he was like, "Yeah, my ankle's not 100%." That worries me. And if he doesn't start this week, he's not starting against the Chargers because of what KOC has said in the past of I want him to have a full week, not a half week with a Thursday night game. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think he should start. I think he needs to. Like, you don't know. I know. I fully believe it. He's that guy. But until he has the reps, he has the time, everyone else doesn't know.
It's true. It's like, Cliff, what you were saying earlier with, you get a benefit from sitting and watching. You get a benefit from starting. I understand the pluses and negatives from both of them. I'm curious about it.
Yeah, I think it comes down to intentionality. It's the same with practice and training, right? I'm switching over for the view. We're finally getting some background of Vegas
I like
there.
You're no longer on
It is mostly construction between the Hard Rock and the new athletic stadium.
Show me that crane, dog.
Yeah, exactly. That's the Vegas skyline, giant crane. Regardless of the sport, right? My background is in soccer, but training, it's not, there was this like Malcolm Gladwell thing. It was like 10,000 hours or whatever. And people are like, oh, you spent 10,000, but it's bullshit because it has to do with intentionality, right? So you could sit on the sideline, but just sitting on the sideline won't do you any good. And you could get reps, and just getting reps won't do you any good. Because obviously there is, of course, your skill, but it's how you approach it, right? If your goal is to get out there and learn so much, right? If you're like, oh, I'll never learn anything from me out of here, then you won't. You simply won't. But if you're studying and you make it that your goal is to learn something from that, and watch something or watch an individual player or whatever it is you do to get better, you can do that in a number of different ways, right? You can make it happen, but it has to be your approach to that. And being intentional about what it is you're trying to do. Just get better at this one thing on the snap. Just get my count right. Get this read right. Get through my read faster. Even if I take the hit, just focus on that thing, and don't worry too much about trying to tie it all together until you've got enough of whatever those reps are. So I don't think there's a right or wrong there, but I think there's a right or wrong approach to it.
I 100% agree, and I appreciate bringing up Gladwell. The first guy to ever think of, if you spend a lot of time doing something, you'll get better. But that's crazy.
I mean, he had last year that was sitting, of course, behind Sam Darnold because he was injured, but he didn't have the scout team reps. Like, he got his VR and all that shit, but that only goes so far, right? As far as learning, like he should have a very good handle on the offense. You should understand it all from a technical standpoint. Now, got to throw him out there. Just do. Like, he's your guy. He has to be.
I think that's what we're hoping for.
I mean, Carson
I'd love
Wentz
to see him.
maybe get you to like 500 the rest of the way, at best. But McCarthy, he's going to have some rough ones the next few games. He just is. But he gives you the best chance to win because he has the talent. He has more talent and athletic ability and et cetera, than Carson Wentz. Or Carson Wentz would be a starting quarterback somewhere.
I 100% agree. In the interest of moving this along, Cliff, do you have to go see Def Leppard?
I do. That's my standard thing that I get out of everything, though. I always just say that. That's just, I got to go.
Oh, I'm going to start using it on my wife. Sorry, Def Leppard's playing. Got to go.
Yeah, it is funny. Vegas is the kind of place where that actually people wouldn't bat an eye, right? You say that most times, like, oh yeah, I got to go to the football game.
Better get over there.
Leopard. I got to, I've got to go watch, 30 little people try and take down a rhinoceros, and no one's going to be clothed except for the rhinoceros.
Oh, Cliff's in Vegas. He's watching the Rhino show.
There actually is a strip club called the Spearman Rhino, but
Never heard of it.
Shit.
My goodness. Hans, if you want to let Cliff go, we can do the 2 up, 2 down and nail this stuff, but I don't want to keep him here for my insane ramblings.
Yeah. Can you want to join us or?
Well, go on. I want to hear what it is at least, and then if.
All right, let's do our famous segment.
2 up, 2 down, coming your way. Bumper to BB.
Yeah. So, Joe, Who's your 2-up this week?
Let's go. 2-up. First up, Jared Goff. 23 of 29, 203, 2 TDs, 118 passer rating. It ain't his fault. It ain't his fault. I feel like fucking Robin Williams and Goodwill Hunting. It's not your fault. And often it is his fault, but this time it's not his fault.
It's rarely his fault. Jared Goff he's just a caretaker. He does everything right. He has that one game a year where he throws 5 picks. But other than that, he's just is solid, and like I trust him.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I don't want that to be.
No,
Man. Like that dude, that's a dude who understands the assignment.
Yeah, do it like the shabby commercials of our youth. Like a rock. Yeah.
He's more fucking tough.
I want to buy a fucking Lions ticket and buy it El Dorado. Let's go. But I meant Silverado, but it's been a long podcast. Second to Samuel Laporta, which is Spanish for the Porta.
That's right.
My man's been
the actual tight end you.
Yeah. He's
Iowa's the tight end you. It's not Miami. Fuck that. That's bullshit. It's Iowa.
It's cyclical, my man. Right now, you are on top. I will agree with you. Iowa is tight end you.
It is. It is.
Yeah. No argument. But
Again,
my man showed up.
Babies.
5 of 6 with the touchdown. And when I say with the touchdown, it doesn't do it justice. You might know that it's number 1 on ESPN.
That touchdown was fucking stupid.
It was, I'm not even a fucking skater, but gnarly, bro. It was radical. Like,
full gnar.
It was, I watched it. It was get up out of your chair. And I did.
It's absurd. He shouldn't be able to do that.
He's that good. I mean, maybe because he came from tight end U.
That's why. That's exactly why. Thank you.
Who are your 2 up, sir?
My 2 up, well, just J.J. McCarthy coming back to practice. That's a good thing.
Bye week.
Yeah. Whether that comes to fruition, we'll see. Second, as of Wednesday, Minnesota's been tagged with. Everyone has injuries, of course. Like, Tampa has. I don't even know who's on their offensive line at this point. Like, they've had theirs as well. Everyone does. We've been missing a lot of people, a lot of key contributors. And as of Wednesday, Blake Cashman returns to full practice.
I like Cashman a lot.
The green dot. He's the guy who makes that defense roll. He's been on IR. That's great. Then we got Donovan Jackson, Brian O'Neill, and Andrew Van Ginkel all in a limited capacity, but still practicing.
Hell yeah.
Huge for them. I mean, Donovan Jackson, we all hate the Ohio State. That guy's a fucking maniac. Like, he had wrist surgery to repair something, but before he did that, he asked the doctors, like, will I make it worse? Can I play? And they were like, well, you can, but... And his quote was, they said I can, and I didn't listen to the rest.
God.
And he played on it and then had the surgery the next week. He's a rookie, by the way. He's a child. He's a kid. He's like half my fucking age. Like, what? Okay. Get all them back. Good God. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They are not ever probably going to play with their full 5 starting offensive line because Ryan Kelly has a brain like mine, and he's had I know, right? He's had 5 documented concussions, 2 of them this year. I also have 5 that I'm aware of. It's no joke.
Well, I think you guys are the same guy.
Like, I mean, as much as I love how he plays, I'm good with him just hanging it up, like, for his own health and benefit.
I think that's fair, and I think it's a noble endeavor. You want to hear my 2 down? Because I've been itching to fucking unload this after the Chiefs game.
Hit me with it.
First one, our fucking secondary. Who are these guys? There's no, our starting 5 DBs, defensive backs, not safeties, are gone. And then Kirby Joseph gets hurt. And then, I don't know if you watched the broadcast, Kirby Joseph goes into the little blue concussion tent. And they're like, well, is he dead? Should we inform the family? And he comes out and he's like shot up with the racehorse juice and he's sprinting on the thing, going the half. I swear to God, I was watching with Lions fans. He goes in the tent, we're like, somber. And he comes out and he goes,
Mariah needs to perform juice.
Yeah, exactly. And so he got the nail. But that's my first because the whole secondary is gone. Patrick Mahomes abused us with shitty receivers because he can. And it felt very powerless. Like, that's where, when Hutch hit him late, I go, I get it. When he did his little fucking, brush my shoulders off in front of Branch. And, like, I understand why Branch was like, I'm going to kill you. I get it. My second 2 down is my man, Tariq Lacy. I had such high hopes. He's playing DN opposite fucking Hutch. And I don't know. Was he there? Did you guys see him? You even know his name? Cliff, you know Tariq Lacy's name?
Never fucking
No, I bet you fucking don't. He played 42 plays, 38 plays, 18 passing, 0 pressures, 0 anything. He's invisible. He is Kevin Bacon, the visible man, hanging dong in our faces. And we're at the drive-in. It's a giant dong theater. Where are you, bud? Like, that's
actually a place right by me in Vegas. So it's,
yeah. Go look for him. He ain't there.
Oh, I can see it. It's giant dong theaters.
My favorite hangout in Vegas. Anyway, yeah, Lacey's Dong Theater. That's 100%. Like, what just a complete no-show. Hans, what do you have for 2 down?
2 down, my first is Vikings fan. I'm so fucking sick of these morons.
Talk about it.
With them on social media, just throwing JJ McCarthy out to the pasture after 2 fucking games. They're just so all they bitch about is wanting a franchise quarterback. Okay, you have one, and you're done after 2 weeks. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm so sick of it. Because JJ, as I've said, purple Jesus, man. I love him. I love him like I imagine people with kids love their children. JJ is like my child.
Ooh, you should tell him. He would love that.
Oh, I'd be so fucking lucky to have an offspring that was of that caliber. I never would. You think my genes are that good? Fuck no. Not even close.
I don't know. I speak for everyone. I fear that you'd reproduce, but go on.
Oh, I will not. And I will not, because that's the bar. If I can't produce a progeny that is even in spitting distance of JJ McCarthy, I won't do it. And I can't, so I won't.
Fair enough. Vikings fans, you're the first and 2 down. Who's the second?
Disgusted by him. Second, it's JJ McCarthy saying he wasn't 100%.
Oh!
That hurts.
The duality of man.
Oh, that hurts. Hey, yeah, I'm a complicated guy. It sucks. He's like, I'm practicing, and I could play, but I'm not 100% at the moment.
I understand.
That hurts a little bit.
Dude, that's rookie shit.
I think that's more coaching that happened there.
Okay.
And I like my coaches, don't get me wrong, but yeah, that sucks, because that felt like an admission of you're not starting this week.
Yeah, but maybe it's not, dude. High ankle sprain is rough.
It is. But if he's not starting this week, he's not starting next week.
Oh, I disagree.
No, because they're not going to put him out there on a short week. They're just not.
Well, he's not playing, and Carson Wentz is going to shit the bed. So, I mean, come on.
I mean, Carson Wentz revenge game, right? Against the Eagles.
Revenge on what? His ankle?
Carson Wentz can beat. That's why I'm so fucking torn. Carson Wentz can beat the Eagles. Like, he can.
Yeah, because he knows their playbook when they cut him.
No, because the Eagles aren't that good.
All right.
It's not a compliment to Carson Wentz. He's a competent backup that does what he needs to do, and that's all you need to do to beat the Eagles in their current form.
I agree with that.
So, yeah, whatever.
Cliff,
Yeah. So
I need to go ahead. I
can
need
do
to.
2 up and 2 down real fast. Oh, what were you gonna say, Joe?
Oh, no, I was going to close this whole thing, but if you got a 2 up and 2 down, I'm in.
I'll do it quick. Because I'll admit I know it's your guys' thing, but I did want to throw in a couple in honor of our 2 teams playing. So 2 up, Kayvon Merriweather and Kendall Vilder, who are our backup free safety and our backup right cornerback, respectively. Both of whom sound like when you've been playing Madden career mode and you're like your 20th season in, and they're just mixing names up. Just incredible. And the 2 down are the 2 people who picked Bucks to lose by 32 for their parlay. Sorry, guys, that was a joke. Probably
Hope you stayed to the end of the pod, boys.
Love it.
Don't write me. That was comedy.
Cliff, go see fucking Def Leppard, you son of a gun.
You know.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up. First, Cliff, thank you so much for joining us. You're an absolute delight. I love you. You know that. We had some great times in Tampa, just all hours of the night hanging out.
Talking
We learned-
Bucks, of course.
We learned way more than we should
Still
have.
recording.
You wanna plug some stuff? I know you got a couple shows out there.
Yeah, we do in the non-sports related world. We do a couple movie podcasts. We do one called Predator Minute, another one called Gonzo Minute. Both of those where we watch films 1 minute at a time, and then each episode is us talking about that minute. Most famously,
They're
done
both
Star Wars
great.
Minute. So you can check out
And on the
either of
Predator
those.
one, it's a blast.
Yeah.
You guys are
So,
fucking better
yeah.
than you're on.
Joe, we'll have to have you on. We've had Hans on. But yeah, so if you want to check that out, you can find those at Predator Minute, Gonzo Minute. Gonzo Minute, we're talking about actually Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas or other Hunter S. Thompson films. And then as always, I love to plug our mutual friend Cam's, friend of the show's, the review show, which is more generally if you're into. We've been talking a lot of stuff about movies, Star Wars and Star Trek, and I think we had some Godfather reference, a few other ones in there. That's the sort of stuff he does, broader sort of movie breakdowns.
Yeah, he's just the best human being on the planet. So, yeah. But also,
no Brad Johnson, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's no Brad. Who is? But the one with Shane, is that not out yet?
It's not out yet. That'll be another one by minute. That'll be called Guilty by Association, where we watch the Guild, so that'll be with the D, which was an old web show starring Felicia, written, directed, and all that from Felicia Day. If you're just feeling like
Cliff, is it okay if I just watch the Predator one?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I would just stick with that one. You want your penis to not shrink completely off. So you want to still be able to get into the Giant Dawn Palace. Just down the street.
That ship has sailed, my friend.
Just down the street from the Rhino.
Fantastic. Love it. All right, that's about all I got. Anyone else have anything else to finish this? Or
Damn good time, boys.
Yeah.
Cliff, thank you again. Joe, fuck you. Let's go.